We need more people who are giving it a crack. There are a lot of problems in the world to solve, Dev.
Industries across millennia and centuries have been led by people who are innovating, who are the front end, who are experimenting, doing R&D, trying to find new solutions to the old problems or trying to solve the same problem in a better way.
Yeah.
And that's a different set of mindset. Can you talk to the mindset of an innovator or a researcher or somebody who does the front end work for the whole humanity to find better solutions?
Well, let's talk about the startup founder. So the startup founder has normally seen a problem that maybe other people have missed or people have tried to solve and haven't been able to.
Yeah.
And the startup founder is like a dog with a bone. They are not going to let go of it, right? And it's that passion, that persistence, that determination that you need as a startup founder.
Yes.
Because you're trying to change consumer behavior. You're trying to create a new product or service or system or process. And then you're trying to convince other people to change their ways, customers. So in my example, I'd come here as obviously from England via Singapore. On a teacher's salary, I couldn't afford a house in England. I went to Singapore where my pay tripled, but I couldn't afford a house there either. So when Lisa and I moved to Perth in '97, we bought a house. But we found it incredibly frustrating back in the 90s, charging around the home opens, waiting for the weekend papers. Half the classifieds had no address. They didn't know where the property was. No price, right? And yet we wanted to go and see the properties. So we thought, this is crazy. And I met a guy on the MBA at University of West Australia, and he'd had the same issue, also a migrant like me. And we thought, why don't we do a map-based website? Now, up until then, there was not a map-based website for property anywhere in the world, as far as I can tell. This is 6 years before Google Maps. But we were determined we were going to do something. And when we were found that Perth was a center of mapping technology, would you believe? Because of the mining industry, GIS technology. We went to a GIS professor at UWA, knocked on her door and said, could we do this technically? Is it possible? She said, absolutely it is. And she introduced us to some consultants, GIS consultants and developers down in Adelaide Terrace in Perth. And lo and behold, 6th of December 99, AussieHome.com was born. Another issue with naming, because a lot of people thought we were Aussie Home Loans. AussieHomes.com. No, we're AussieHome.com, the first map-based property website. Now that was the easy bit, actually. Raising money and spending it and building a site was easy. The difficult bit was changing consumer behavior, right? Getting real estate agents to actually put their properties on the internet, keep them up to date, and then pay for the privilege. That was the difficult bit. So I threw myself into being a startup founder with my co-founder, Nick. We found it hellishly difficult. Within about 4 months, the dot-coms had crashed in Easter 2000. No one wanted to invest in dot-coms anymore. We were trying to raise more money because we'd spent the money we'd raised, getting the thing out. I've made all the mistakes, Dev. We didn't actually have a fixation on what our customer problem was also. So we were going in the wrong direction. And only when we surfaced what the actual customer problem was, what real estate agent's problem was, what wakes them up at 3 o'clock in the morning, saying who will solve this problem, did we actually find a way forward and actually build a business. But we did that over 10 years and sold it to Rewa, and then I ran Rewa.com. So now I love spending time with startup founders who have seen a problem. They're like a dog with a bone. They've got an itch they got to scratch. They're going to solve that problem. Maybe they have to pivot a few times to get their way there. And maybe their first startup won't work. But it's the guys that go again and go again. Often it's the second time, maybe even the third time, that they have their success because they'll learn so much from their failure. And as I say, no such thing as failure. You'll learn a lot. And I admire people who are giving it a crack. We need more people who are giving it a crack. There are a lot of problems in the world to solve, Dev. Agree?
Yes.
There are a lot of problems to solve. Who's going to solve them? Innovators are going to solve them. Not the politicians, and maybe not even the people who are in business now, who are protecting their business and doing the same thing and churning out and have worked out how to make money. It's actually the innovators, nipping at the heels. The small startups, bless their cotton socks. They're the ones that we need to back.